Okay, so for chapter 4, so chapter 4 is about the system requirement. So this is one of the important chapter, okay, which is already covered, okay, will be covered in your assignment, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, why I can hear people are talking? If you are talking, if myself talking, then which one that you want the other students to get into? Okay, stop talking, then only I will start the lecture. Otherwise, then I just stop until slide number 1. The rest of the slide you will read it by yourself. I haven't started. My class also from 9 a.m. until now, second batch. Only Thursday and Friday. Alright, okay. Okay, so chapter 4 is about the system requirement. Okay, this is one of the chapter one of the important chapter. Okay, even it cover in your assignment as well. Okay. So what we're going to look at this chapter, we're going to differentiate what is the user requirement and system requirement, and what is the difference between functional and non-functional, and then we're going to see why the natural language, okay, what is the problem of the natural language, okay, and then we're going to see how we can organize, okay, all the requirements using the SRS, okay, how SRS can help us to organize all the requirements. Okay, so these are the subtopics. Okay, when we talk about the user requirement versus system requirement, both are important. Okay, user requirement and system requirement are two types of requirement in the context of software development. Okay, so when we talk about the user requirement and then what we call system requirement. First, we look at the user requirement. Okay, user requirement, I'm not going to read the slide. Okay, I'll just explain to you, okay, based on these keywords. User requirements are basically describe what user expect, okay, from the software system. For example, we are developing the software system, right? So what the user can expect the system can do for me. What the system can do for me. For example, I'm developing a system, email, okay, email system. So how the system can help me? So the system can help me to send out the email, right? So to send out the email, to receive the email, to store the email, isn't it? So these are the function, right? Okay. So this is what you expect. You as a user, okay, you as a user, so what you expect to the system. You understand? So that is user requirement. What is your expectation? Okay, so they represent the need. Okay, why you need. Okay, for example, now I'm telling email. Why I need the email? Why I need this email very much? What is the importance of this email? Okay, so what is the expectations? All that is included in the user requirement. Okay, how can we find the user requirement? How can we find the user requirement? For example, I'm telling that I want the email function in the system, right? But how you will identify from me? How you know that I need the email function? How do you know that? What approach that you have to use? For example, if I want something, if the person needs something, how you will find out what the person needs by asking them, right? But in the software development, can you simply go and ask what you want? So what is the method that you have to use? That is the data gathering techniques, right? Remember the data gathering techniques, because you cannot simply go and ask like a free speak, hello, what do you want? Okay, so how you have to gather the technique, how you gather the requirement is you're using the data gathering requirement, right? Remember that you're using either interview or observation or a questionnaire or case study, Okay, it could be anything. Okay, you can use any approach. You can use any approach to gather the requirement. Right. Once you gather the requirement only, you know, okay, this is what they want, so this is what I should implement in the system. So that means that is a user requirement, right? You are getting the user requirement, right? How you are getting the user requirement? By using all these techniques. Understand? Okay, so that also will be included in here. Okay? How normally user will express their ideas or their requirements? When you are going to interview, right? You are distributing the questionnaire, your interview, of course they are using the natural language, right? Human language, are they using the computer language? So we are communicating within the human language, right? But there is something wrong with it. Even though you are dealing, okay, you are directly dealing with the real user, the real client, but why people still have problem in developing the system? Because you are not asking the requirement from third party, you are asking the requirement from the exact person, right? Then why you still have problem? Why you still have problem in developing the requirement, fulfill the requirements? Because of the language they use, right? You know, sometimes, I don't know in Chinese, but in English also, right? English also one word, but we have a different meaning. Isn't it? One word we have a different meaning. Isn't it? Okay, so we have this kind of what we call complications. Okay, with the natural language. Okay, all that we're going to see. Okay, now come back. Okay, user requirement is a high level abstract requirement because you need to come up with all A to Z what you want until the A to Z, all the details. Okay. So as I told you, user requirements, the statement that you are getting from the user is a natural language. You are getting the statement in the natural language, not other symbol or nothing. Okay. So it's easy to understand. Okay, there are some alternatives that we can use it. So which is we can use it the diagram. Okay, so some alternate that we can use it is a diagram, we can use it table. Okay, all that is a some alternate. Okay, that we can use it in order for us to identify. Okay, for us to identify, for us to draft what actually they need. Okay. Okay. So for this is about the user requirement. Okay, so as I told you, user requirement is basically describe what the user expects. Okay, from the system. Okay. Any questions? All right. The next one is a system requirement. Okay, what is system requirement? System requirement. User requirement is something that what the user expect, right? What the user expect, how the system to have, okay, all that. Okay. What is system requirement? Again you? The same person. Hey, last week you didn't open your mouth. Why? Did you came to my class last week? But only this week I can you voice out. Last week was so quiet. I totally forgot about you. Seriously. Alright, okay, now come back. Okay, system requirement is what you say is correct, partially correct. Okay, so system requirement is a detailed description of the features, the functions, and the constraint of the system that you're going to develop. Okay, so the detailed description of the function means, for example, how the system should behave. For example, if the user click cancel, so what the system should react next. If the user click save, what the system should react next. Okay, if the user click log out, what the system should react next. Okay, you understand? So that is called system requirement. Okay, so system requirement normally focus on the technical aspect. Okay, technical aspect, which is it will focus on the performance, okay, the security, the reliability, the scalability, the interoperability, all the TT at the back. Okay, that is called what? Software quality attributes. Okay, that also will be covered in your assignment. Okay, software quality attributes, SQA. Okay, not software quality attributes, software quality attributes. Okay, all the attributes. Okay, for example, you are telling, okay, this person is a very nice person. Mean how you know this person is very nice person? What is the qualification? So, what is the characteristic that he has or she has? Maybe she's helpful, hardworking, talkative. So that means helpful, hardworking, talkative is what you are find out from the person characteristic, right? Based on that, you can give a justification. Okay, this person is a good person, this is a bad person, right? But this one, the same concept when we apply for the system is whether the system is reliable, the system is interoperability, we check the performance of the system, we check the availability of the system, we check the efficiency of the system. See, we are testing, we are checking all these attributes. Then only you can give a conclusion whether this system is a good system or average system or bad system. You understand? Okay, how you can classify this? How you can classify this based on the behavior, right? How the system behaves. So that is come from the system requirement. Understand? So system requirement is telling how the system is behaved, the behavior of the system. You got it? Okay? So that means the system requirements is more precise and detailed descriptions, okay, which is including the functions of the system, the services, and also the constraint. Okay? How you can write? How you can write? For example, the user requirement you are getting from the natural language, right? You are getting from the text, whatever people are telling you, just take note. Okay? But in the system requirement, you can have a structure form natural language. Okay, structure form of natural language which can support the system model. Very simple example I can give you is, I don't know how many of you are taking finding a project FYP. Is it anyone? Not yet. Maybe next semester. I don't know. Okay. When you are developing, okay, because the final project is something that you need to develop a system and develop an end product. So you need to come up with a proposal. So inside the proposal, so you have given, okay, you have given all the, what is the aims, what is the objective, what is the system. So all the template that you have to use. Basically the structure form is the template. Okay, the template that you can use it to replace. For example, okay, for example here, the template is something like you have the scope, okay, and then you are explaining. Okay, then what is your, what is the, what you call the function that you want to add, so you explaining. So in here, you have the template for you to as your reference. Okay, the template that you are using is here as your reference. So that is what we call structure of natural. Of course, you still. Okay, of course, you are still using natural language here, which is English or whatever. Still, you are using natural language, but this one is in a structure form. It's not something that you are taking a piece of paper and you are writing. This is everything has been formatted. You are just following. You just follow me. Okay, in the scope what I will write, the function what I will write. So you have all the template. You just follow the template. So basically, structure form is a the one that you can see in the red color text, right? So that is a very VVIP, very very important. Okay. Okay. Example. Okay. That's not already brief about the user requirement system requirement, but how you can differentiate based on this case study. You can see in here. Okay, the user requirement. Okay, what the user expect here is the system must. Okay, the user expect that the software must provide a means of representing and accessing the external file. Okay, created by other tools. So that is what the user expected the system to do. Okay, system requirement. The user should provide the facility to define the type of. So if you want me to do that, okay, you want me to access, like you want me to help to do that. So you have to give me all the necessary work, right? Then only I can provide the end output. You understand or not? You got it? You got it? For example, very simple example. You are asking me, can you please minus, can you perform the plus arithmetic? Okay, you are telling, I want plus arithmetic in the function. Okay, as one the function or the system. So the system is asking you back, please enter first digit. Then you enter. Please enter second digit. Then you enter. Then it will give you the result is what? 5. Understand? So in here, user requirement is you are expecting, you want the system to do the plus operation, right? In order to do the plus operation, the user needs something from you. So that is what he asking. Please enter first digit. Then you enter. Then the system asks you again, please enter the second digit. Then you enter. Then after that it will give you the answer. This is what you are looking for, right? If you want the answer, of course you need some input, right? You need to cooperate with the system. Understand? You cannot simply do plus, do minus, but you didn't give any input, then how the system can do? You understand? So that is a user requirement, system requirement, simple. Understand? That means in here, the system is giving the right answer or not. So that is accuracy, right? It's accuracy, right? So this is what of the requirement, right? What of the quality, right? Simple. Okay? When you are typing, okay, please enter one first digit, then you enter ready. Then the second message should be appear next. But you are waiting for so long, but we didn't respond the message. Do you think it's efficient enough? No. It's not responding. So can you see from here? From here you can classify. You can classify whether the system is falls under which category. You understand? Okay? So the second example in here you can see this is what? Library system, I think. The library system? Yeah. Shall keep track all the required copyright licensing agency in the UK and elsewhere. Okay, that is user requirement. So the system requirement, if you want me to do that, so these are the things that you need to provide or you have to arrange it for me. Then only I can give you the output. You understand? Okay? Okay, so what is the main difference between user requirement and system requirement is system requirement is more precise and detailed. Okay, then the user requirement. System requirement must be in detail compared to the user requirement. Okay? So this is exercise. You can try it out. This is passive question. So this is a passive question. You can try it out. This is the same. Okay, now next is a functional and non-functional requirement. Okay, this is one of the important part also. This is very important. Functional and non-functional. Okay, so basically functional and non-functional. are the two different types of requirement. Okay, requirement in a software development. Okay, so as you can see here, has been divided into two: functional requirement and functional requirement. Okay, when we talk about the functional requirement, is a specific functionalities and features that software should possess. Okay, which is it will describe what the system should do, how it should be respond in a different input or different events. For example, just I give a scenario, right? Like if you click log out means, so what it should prompt out. Okay, if you want to log in means, so what message should prompt. Okay, so all that is called as a function requirement. Okay. So basically, it's how the system should behave lah. Okay.
21了，刚好21了，我看到了。
Again, they have given the example of the library system.
接近一半了。
Okay. One more thing that you need to identify how you can identify whether it's a functional or non-functional. Normally, functional requirement, they use verb. Verb. Can you see all the red color? All the red color text is a verb. Kata kerja, action. Okay, what the system can do, you can see. Employee can perform. So the word perform is the verb, action. Okay. The employee can upload. Uploading is an action. Okay. The employee can view. View is an action. Okay. Employee can view the condition. Employee can view the employee own employee history. All these are the verb, action. Okay. So in your assignment, I think you have this question, function and function requirement. So for the function requirement, so this is what you have to identify. What are the actions? Behave, how your system behave. Okay? All that. This is another example of HR system. All these are the examples of function requirement. Okay, non-functional requirement. This is very important. Non-functional requirement. Okay, when in the exam, if people ask you non-functional requirement, you straight away answer the availability, what efficiency, or that. You read the question first. Okay. When we talk about non-functional requirement, basically we have three, which is the external requirement, product requirement, organization requirement. Three requirement. Remember, okay? For the non-functional requirement, okay, non-functional requirement, we have three. Okay, so which is the external? We have the product, and then we have the organization requirement. So what is the difference? This is what you guys have to do in your assignment. Okay, some system that you have taken for your assignment. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's not that all the system that you have choose for your assignment should have these three. Maybe out of three, maybe two or one. But you need to do a thorough. You need to do a thorough analysis first. You cannot simply choose. Okay, it seems that among these three, the product requirement is very easy for me to find. Then I do product requirement. But what applies to the organization requirement, external requirement? You don't know what is that, right? Let me explain about it. Okay, product requirement is the software quality attributes. Okay, software quality attribute. There's one chapter we will talk about it. Okay. So which is the performance, the behavior, the performance of the system. Okay, how the system behave, the product. The product means the system, the product system. They won't use that system requirement, they use product requirement. Both are same. Product system is both are same. Okay. So in here they have listed a few, but actually you have many. Okay, you have many. So which is example they have given is the usability, performance, reliability, portability. So all this we will discuss in upcoming chapters. Okay, upcoming chapters. Okay, the next one is organization requirement. Okay, organization requirement in here you can see we have three criteria, which is delivery, implementation and standard. Delivery here is because you are developing the system for a company, right? Of course they have their own timeline, isn't it? Okay, from when you have to start and when you have to deliver the project, right? So you have to fulfill that. You have to fulfill that. That means you need to deliver the project on time. That is delivery. Okay. Implementation here is, okay, maybe for example you are enhancing. That means the company already have a system. They are using the system. You just going to enhance their system. Okay. When you are doing this, the current system, what language they use? Okay, because the current system, of course, they have the what we call their report, the guidelines. So when you go through that, you have find out that they are using Java. That means they have used Java to develop the system. Okay, that means you have to use again the Java. You cannot use Python or you cannot use C++. You understand the implementation there. Okay, the standard is all the established companies, they have their own protocols and standards that everybody have to follow. Not only the internal staff, even outsiders also have to follow the standard. So this is what we call as a constraint. Challenges. What are the challenges? Okay, what are the challenges that you can go through here? So in here, the delivery, the implementation and the standard. That means the policy and procedures lah. Okay, the company policy and procedures is can call as a standard. Okay, implementation here is you can focus on the programming language. What programming language they use it? Database, what database they have used it? Is it they use MongoDB or what other database they have used it? So you need to carry on. You need to continue with that. You can simply say no. I want to switch to this program. No. Because previously we are building or we are developed the system using this programming. So you need to continue with that. Suddenly you want to change, cannot. Understand? So that is implementation. So what programming language you implement? What are the things that you implement in the system? You need to carry on. You need to carry on. You suddenly cannot say, no, I cannot follow, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. No. Okay? So, in your system assignment, okay, exam, I come back to assignment. Let's say your assignment is existing. Okay, if your assignment is you are taking the existing, of course, most of you are taking the existing system. So, in the current system, what language they use? What language they use, what programming language they use, and you need to carry on with that. You continue with that. You understand? Okay, for example, those who are choosing the web-based means, so of course they have used it, the JavaScript, they have used it CSS, they have used it, what else, a lot of tech things right there. So you have to carry on, you have to continue using that to develop further. You got it? Okay. Next is external requirement. Okay, internal. Okay, just now the organization requirement is within. Okay, within the company, because the company set the rules, the company set the procedure. Okay, you have to follow the company policy, right? The company, the organization policy, the organization rules, you have to follow. Okay, external here is the company also have to follow that. That means something like a government rules lah. Government related one. Okay. So can you see that's the legal, right? Okay, the legal. Okay, which is, for example, Example, I'm giving example, but it's not a real one. Example. You see now Facebook, assume Facebook has been banned in Malaysia. Okay, nobody can access the Facebook after this already banned. Okay, but in your system, one of the features a social media feature. In the social media feature, you have the Facebook. You have a Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You have Facebook, social media. Right? It seems now the government say in Malaysia we're going to ban the Facebook. So can you still keep the social media, the Facebook application in the social media? Cannot, right? Is it set by the government or set by the company? Government. That means all the company have to follow that. It's not only applicable for you. It's applicable for all the company. Whoever company and the Facebook, especially Facebook post or Facebook link, so you need to remove it. You cannot use it because Facebook banned in Malaysia. Understand? So that is legal. You understand? Okay? So that means that is called as a external requirement. That is not requirement from the company. This is requirement from the government, which everybody have to follow that. You got it? Okay? Next is privacy. Yes, especially when you are developing or you are dealing with the private and confidential data like a credit card or house address or IC number. That all very sensitive. Okay? Safety, ethical, I think we already discussed in the first chapter. You as a software engineer, what is the ethics that you need to follow? Interoperability. Interoperability here is something, okay, you are developing the system, right? You are developing the mobile apps. For example, you are developing the apps. That mobile apps, you want to connect. My Sejahtera. Example. My Sejahtera apps, right? Okay, My Sejahtera apps is done by government, right? Isn't it? Government done that. Okay, if interoperability means that apps, for example, let's say you have an emergency, okay, you just fill up the forms all. That particular apps can be merged or can be integrated with private hospital. Not only government hospital, even you can integrate with private hospital also. That means when you go to government hospital, not only the government hospital have your record of the My Sejahtera, if you go to any private hospital also, they have the record of your My Sejahtera. You understand? So that means it's called interoperability. That means you integrate with others. That means your system, you are integrated with others. You got it? How many of you got Lazada? Buy things from Lazada, right? When it comes to the payment part, the payment gateway will link to all the other banks, right? So that also interoperability because Lazada is integrated with the bank. Understand? That means the transaction is not done in the Lazada. Okay, the transaction done within the bank. But you have the link of the bank inside the Lazada, right? So that is called interoperability. Intercross. Something like that. Okay? Understand? So all these are so can you see here? So these are the three non-structural requirements, which is the product requirement, organization requirement, external requirement. So in your exam, if they ask you, okay, please specify or please explain about the non-structural requirement, you don't only explain about the product requirement, availability, performance, efficiency. Then what about the other two? Who is going to explain? This is what normally people, all the students will do. You are mistaken, okay? When people say non-structural, you only list all the things. The product requirement. You forgot to explain about the external and organization. Okay, so this is what you have to answer. Any questions? Any questions, class? No. Alright, okay. Okay, I already explained just now, so this is a descriptions about my explanation. Okay, you can read. So as I told you, the organization requirement, right? So which are the consequences, your what we call constraints or that policies and procedures. So this is the example. This is the example of the non-functional requirement. Okay, this is past year questions. Okay, now the next one. Shall I move on? Any questions about the user requirement, system requirement, function requirement, non-function requirement? Any questions, class? No. Okay, the next one is a problem with natural language. Okay, that is what the first thing that I already emphasized beginning of the lecture, right? Okay, when you gather the requirement from human, of course you need to gather the requirement from human, no one else. Okay, so these are the problems that you're facing, which is a natural language problem. So what are the natural language problem is lack of clarity. Why I still can hear people are talking. I still can hear people are talking. Alright, okay, thank you. Okay, lack of clarity. That is one of the problem of the natural language. Okay, ambiguity, precise, wordy, difficult to read. Requirement confusions. Okay, especially the requirement confusion is when you want to deal with the function and non-function requirement. Okay, why? Because you see, today you say, okay, I want you to add this, and tomorrow you will be top up another requirement, and the third day you will top up another requirement. That means the requirement is something that is not fixed. Okay, so that is a requirement confusion. Okay, you are telling A, I do A, but why suddenly you want to change? Okay, because yesterday you told me this is much better, but today you are talking in other way. You understand? I don't understand. Okay, I don't understand your requirement. Okay, so that is requirement confusions. Okay, the lack of clarity, amalgamation. Okay, so these are the three main. Please take note. These are the three majors of the user requirement when you write using the natural language. If we are using if we are not using natural language, then what language that we want to use? Okay, we have problem in natural language. Is there any other alternate? Yes, got other alternate? Okay, now let's look at the three major problems. Okay, lack of clarity here is because of the difficulty of use language in precise and without making document wordy or difficult to read. Okay, so because nowadays even we see we are not using one language. Okay, in one sentence when you are talking to people also, you are mixing the language, sport mixing. Right, you are not talking only English, you are talking sometimes champur with Malay, champur with Chinese, all right. Okay, not one language you are talking. So in that way the clarity is not there. Okay, the clarity. Okay, the clarity is not that I don't get you what you are trying to say. And sometimes you are using a different language, something like a stylish English word, which Lagindaro we don't understand what you are talking. What is Roger? What is Roger? Not Roja Roger. This word. What is the meaning of this? Counted. Noted. See, I don't know. Because this one I used to get from my student, if anything, Roger means, what is Roger? I don't understand. I cannot ask them, what is that? I just put a smiley face there. But I don't know what is that. See, you guys know, but I don't know. Right? Okay, yeah, you guys know this, but I don't know. So that is called as a lack of clarity. I don't know what you guys talking. I just nodded, okay, but I don't understand. I don't understand. Because of Rojamin, I don't know what is that. So I don't know what emoji I need to put. I need to put an angry emoji, or I need to put a sad emoji, or I need to put a smiley emoji. I don't know which emoji I put. I just put a smiley emoji and said, whatever you think lah. Because I really don't understand what is Roja. Roja means what is Roja? Even I can ask them also, what is that? Shy to ask. Okay. So you can see here this example. Okay, this is one example that I can give, the lack of clarity. I don't understand. I don't understand what you are talking. I just take note, but I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Okay. Next is the requirement confusion. Okay, requirement confusion here is this is where, remember, we have learned about the software process model. In software process model, okay, what is the type of software process model? What is the two approach? Yes. Who's that? Plan driven? Very good. Okay, plan driven and agile approach. That is okay. So if you see here, we have during the software process model, we have learned about the serverless software process model, right? Some software process model, the user know what they want. Some software process model, they don't know the knowledge, they don't know what actually they want. Isn't it? Yes or no? So that means here the requirement confusion happened here. Today you are telling, okay, I wanted to add this. Then after that you discuss with your friend. Then your friend brainwash you. Then tomorrow the developer comes, hey, no, I think this one is better. Why you don't want to stick with one? Why you want to keep changing your requirements? Why? Because of what? You understand or not? Okay, it's very difficult. I'm telling you, I'm not scared you or what, telling you. Very difficult to fulfill user requirements. Isn't it? Human, their wish or their things is keep changing. It's not consistent, isn't it? Okay, today you want ice cream, tomorrow you want candy. Right? Okay? The requirement confusion. Okay, the requirement confusion is happens in mainly in the functional, non-functional, functional mainly will happen. Your goal, because you are telling, okay, I want this is suddenly you are changing. Okay, your goal, you out of your goal already. Okay? So that is another one. And another problem is requirement amalgamation. Requirement amalgamation is something like this. Several requirement you express it into one. That means, okay, in your assignment, I think you assign CRM, right? Customer, you have to do what? CRM, right? What does CRM stand for? Tell me now. What is CRM? Customer relation or customer relationship? Customer relation. M for? Hopefully you know what you are doing. Okay, don't out of the scope. Okay, so customer relation management is your system that you are doing, right? Okay, and you want to add the CRM with the payroll management system, which is a PMS. That is called amalgamation. That means the staff who work in here, right, in the customer management system, the staff who can share their details with the payroll management system staff, and the staff who working in the payroll management system can share with the customer. You understand? That means they are using two, they are combining two into one. That is called amalgamation. You understand or not? Because they don't want to create another function inside the customer relationship. They don't want to add another function here. So what they do, the lazy work, they combine it. You understand or not? Because if you want to modify, you want to enhance speed, you need to still have to go and find the person, have to do all this stuff, right? If in this case means you just have to combine, then you can do the data sharing. What we call data sharing. Example only. Example I am giving data sharing. But other than data sharing, they can do other stuff. Okay, that is called amalgamation. Okay, which is several requirement expressed into single requirement. That means here we have a several requirement. One of the requirement is the data sharing, which we are put into one. Put into one. Understand? Okay, that is called amalgamation. Okay, so these are the problems. So this is the example. Okay, this is example of the nature language problem for the accounting system in library. I don't know if it's library or what. Okay. Reason. Okay, the natural language problem. Okay, the reason why NL. Okay, natural language is not good. Because you understand the same word in the same concept. One word but different meaning, right? One word you got different meaning. What is the example of English word? That English word got two different meaning or three different meaning. Suddenly you ask me, I cannot think. I'm not English teacher. One word but two different meaning. You can use it for here also can, that also can. That sentence also can, this sentence also can. Any? Okay. Okay, like this. I don't know whether it's correct or not. Saw bird, bat. Saw bat. Okay, saw bat. Okay. Okay, if I ask this meaning, saw bat mean. Okay, what do you understand? Tell me. Tell me what you understand. Saw bat mean. That means saw means you are see, right? You are looking. Eyes, and then bat means the flower. You know the flower. I don't know how to do. Okay. The bird, you know the flower, bat. The spelling B-A-T, right? Bat. Okay. So that means saw bat. Okay, that is one. And another, you know, Girgaji. Saw bat means, you know, the batting that you use. When you playing something hockey or you have bat, right? Okay, so that means you are taking the saw, then you saw bat. That means you are Girgaji the bat. Understand? So that means you can see saw bat, but two different ways that you can understand, right? One is you're looking at the animal bat, the bird bat, and one is you are taking the saw and then you Girgaji the bat. You understand? So that is called same word, same sum. You know, sometimes we have the different concept. No clarity. You understand? So this is one example I can give you lah. Okay, my drawing is very bad. Okay, but I believe the explanations you can get it. Okay? Okay, another reason why nature language is not good because it's overflexy. As I told you just now, the word Roger la, whatever word that you are add on in your conversation. because there is no rules and regulation. You only have to use this word, this word, this word. There is no, you cannot measure the word. Okay, you cannot measure the word. Whatever word is coming in your mouth, you just pantai je. See, pantai. See. Okay, all that. No clear partitioning. Okay, no clear partitioning means, okay, when I tell you that, okay, I want the system should have this, but you are just telling like a train, but you didn't tell me more specific. For example, you should say, okay, the login, okay, I want the login, I want it to create the login, okay, in the login, I want it to add the new user, existing user, forgot password. Okay, this is one partition. Okay, this is one partition. Okay, then after that you go for another partition. So that means there is no partitioning. When I ask you, okay, what you want me to have in the system, you just tell it like a bullet train, but you are not partitioning. Okay, you are not partitioning what I want in here, what I want in this, what I want in this, you are not partitioning. Okay, so that is also another problem. Okay, no clear partitioning. Okay, but if you want to solve this problem, okay, there is some solution lah. Okay, so these are the words. Okay, how do you construct the system requirement specification SRS? So the solution here. Okay, the solution here. So how you can overcome all this problem? The solution is, okay, these are the 4 solutions. Okay, either you can use a structure natural language or design description language, graphical notation, mathematical specification. So these are the 4 solutions. Okay, let's discuss one by one. The first one is what? Structure. Structure natural language. Any ideas what is structure natural language? Huh? Any ideas what is structure natural language? The structure natural language is the template which I showed you just now. The template, remember the template? Okay, the template, I draw the template there. That is a structure natural language. Simple. I already given the answer. Okay? Okay? So, structure natural language is a template which I draw there. The first one. The scope, the function and all that. Okay, I already explained this earlier. Okay? The next one is a design description language. Okay, design description language. Okay, design description language, the example is a UML. What is UML? You know what is UML? UML, example of design design natural language. Design description language is a UML. What is UML? Unified modeling language. Okay, so it's a unified modeling, okay, language. So which is for example, you have a car attribute, right? Okay, you have a car attribute, then you have the vehicle plate, right? Vehicle number, and then the vehicle color. Okay, then the vehicle owner. Okay, so this is how you will construct the UML. Okay, the UML diagram. Okay, so DDL, design description language, the best example is a UML. Okay, that's also one of the solution which you can understand better. Okay, what you have to do. Okay, the next one is a graphical notation. Graphical notation, class, what is graphical notation? Graphical notation. Okay, you tell me what is the of the coding? When you want to code right, when you want to write the code right, what is the basic, what is the initial process? Tell me. If I ask you to write the code or ask you to develop the system, will you straight away go and sit in front of the PC and start coding? So what is the initial process you do? Of course, you gather the requirements, of course, all that. That is natural everything. But when you want to convert them, okay? Have you heard about algorithm? And then the pseudocode? And then what is that? Flow chart. And last will be the coding, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, algorithm, pseudocode, your flow chart, and then only lastly your coding. This is the best example how you can overcome the problem. You understand? What is algorithm? Tell me, what is algorithm? What is algorithm? What is algorithm? Come on class, what is algorithm? Don't know what is algorithm. Don't know, you forgot. Algorithm is a detail, right? It's a detailed process of the system. For example, the best example is the cooking recipe book, right? When you take a cooking recipe book, when you open it, you can see from the first you take a spoon until you serve the food, everything in detail, right? How much sugar you need to take, how much what milk you need, everything is they measure. They have given a full explanation, right? The process, what you have to do next, what you have to do next, until you serve the food, right? Detail, that is called algorithm. A detailed process. You understand? Okay? Example, for example here, you say take a cup, empty cup. Okay, take an empty cup and then take a coffee powder. Take a coffee powder. Boil water. And then take 2 spoons of sugar. Okay, and then take 1 spoon of creamer. So that means you are measuring, you are telling the detail. You are telling from A to Z what you have to do and what you have to do next, right? So a detail. Okay, that is algorithm. But pseudocode is a simplify. You need to simplify. How to simplify? The same thing, the same process I take it. You see how I simplify it. So you take a cup of water, take an empty cup. Okay, then pour hot water. Okay, in here I put the coffee powder, the creamer, the sugar, right? How can I simplify here is add the ingredients. Add the ingredients. That is shortcut. So I don't need to tell one by one coffee powder, spoon, all. I don't need to put it here. I just simplify it as a ingredients. Enough. Because in here I already talk in detail. Why I want to repeat here? Everything I need to simplify it. So pseudocode is simplified. So pseudocode is derived from your algorithm. Both are you are dealing with the language, right? Both are you are dealing with the natural language, right? We are using English, right? Isn't it? The next one is flow chart. That flow chart is called graphical notation. Okay, the flow chart is called as a graphical notation because both also you are dealing with the word. Okay, the next one is you are dealing with the graphical notation, which is the shapes. Okay. You have the diamond shape, okay. If you want to input, right, you have this, then process, okay, then you have the decision making, yes or no, okay. Oh, yeah. Starting is a oval, right? Okay, then input, process, decision making, and end with a oval. This is flow chart. You understand? So that means this is very detailed. This is you what we call precise it. This is you convert into the notation. Then only you convert into coding. This is the process. Very basic process, a fundamental process of program. You cannot straight away go and write the program. These are the basic things that you need. So people are facing problem in here. This is what we discussed just now, the natural language problems, the requirement problems. If you have a problem here, okay. If you have your problem in here, the entire process collapses. You understand? If you have your problem in here, you can go back and then you can have a reference. But the main here you have problem, you cannot do anything. Understand? Okay? So that is a graphical notation. Graphical notation is a flow chart. Okay, or any diagram related flow chart, or you have a context diagram. To context diagram, we have a DFD diagram, right? All that. Okay. Okay. The next one is a mathematical. Mathematical is a Z specification. I don't know how many of you data science student. Data science student. Any data science student? Where? Hear me, raise your hand now. Okay, data science student, you know what is Z-score, right? Z-score? Don't know what is Z-score? Okay, data science, they have one mathematical thing called Z-score. But in the normal thing here, the mathematical is can be dealing with the numbers related. Okay, numbers related means what I can give you. Example, you are developing ATM. Okay, ATM machine, right? Okay, in an ATM machine we have the function withdrawal and deposit, right? Withdrawal and deposit. Both also we are handling with the number, right? Because we have to deposit the money. Money is a number. Withdraw also money is a number, right? Okay. So in order for us to design that the withdrawal and also the deposit. So behind of the thing, okay, behind of the output, so we have some calculation. That is called mathematical. Mathematical. Okay, so something like a formula to use. Physics, chemistry, formula. Okay, that is what I can give you. So in here you can see based on mathematical concept. Okay, mathematical concept. Okay. All right. Okay. One last. Okay, the last subtopic. Okay, the last subtopic, because we have already seen the software requirements, user requirements, function requirement and function requirement, natural language processing issues, all we done ready. Okay, the last part. Okay, this is very last. I also so tired already. Okay, can I take 2 minutes break? Who say no? Please,